Welcome Capricorn, this is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Aries meditation. Full moon is tomorrow, and I have laid out the Crow Tarot in the past, present, and the future. I'll clarify with an African Tarot, and I will finish up the reading with a couple of oracle cards. I will be building an extended reading from the oracle cards I pull. I'll be pulling a fresh spread. And I would finally ask, if you're enjoying this reading, if you find it useful, to please like, share my videos with others who may enjoy them, comment below, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Let's get started, Capricorn, with your overall energy, the Seven of Pentacles. This is the way in which you are proceeding forward on a path that feels very right for you, very divine. It's a path you've been on for a long time, but there may have been many starts and stops along the way. It may not be a path that you've ever found fulfillment in, but for now you are understanding that you have the possibility to bring this to a successful place, a place of longevity, stability, and security for yourself. You are looking at the way you've invested in this cycle in the past, and you are understanding that by working smarter, differently, by reinvesting differently than you have before, you can maximize the benefits, the rewards, the recognition, and the abundance that you receive as a result of your efforts. In the past, the High Priestess, the Sun card, and the Hanged Man. You are absolutely motivated by your connection to your ancestral heritage, by your ability to connect deeply and profoundly with the way in which you have built your self-knowledge. And the self-knowledge is an accumulation of experiences over this lifetime, the lifetime of others who've gone before you, and your own previous lifetimes. You are understanding that the self-knowledge is the basis of the wisdom that you're now able to utilize in finding your own authentic path in being authentically who you are and being able to share your talents and gifts with the world in a way that is uplifting, that is light, that is joyful, that is pleasurable, because there's a lot of heaviness that hangs from the journey you've been on. You're also understanding that it is not simply the ability to move back into your past to reflect on those experiences and make the connections to your purpose in a way that is pleasurable, but it's the sacrifices that continue to be necessary to step back from the busyness, the activity, the obligations of your current world environment in order to evaluate what it is you're learning in the moment, at every moment. And this is part of growing a perspective that is able to reflect from this higher space, this greater sense of time. And although the High Priestess refers to, in my experience, the past, your cultural lineage, your ancestral heritage, ways in which even historically you are linked to the energies, the encouragement, the support of what the examples of others who've come before you and done something similar. This is also about your need to review that experience, to reflect that experience in the moment, to take the opportunities as they come, and that can disrupt what you understand to be your ordinary commitment to discipline, procedure, process, step by step, accomplishing tasks, checking off your checklist, using the wisdom of your experience and self-knowledge to know that when it is time to draw back, to reassess what is occurring in the moment, and to draw the lessons, to process the learning in a way that cultivates that broader perspective of the elements, of the allies, of the circumstances you're dealing with now. In your present, we have the Death card, the Six of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. You are releasing truly a former way of working, a former way of relating to others. You are also releasing a way that you have formally identified your role in your collective experience, your community, your social obligations, the way that you understood it was your obligation to show up for others in social space. This can be the way you learn to work, the way you understood being a team player, your commitment to being part of the team. You are releasing that with a deeper, richer understanding of what it means to pursue collective goals and to grow your individual experience and reward, success. These are things that have been at odds for you, and my sense is that you have formally understood that in order to promote collective goals, the participation of all members of the team, it was a requirement of you to play small, to step back in a way that you are naturally gifted to be a model, an example, a teacher, training others how to participate in a way that elevates the values of collective participation, engendering and educating others into all of the benefits and the costs of participating as part of a group. It's a whole different set of values that you have been committed to, but perhaps misunderstood where you belonged in that process. And it may have created opportunities in the past where you felt that you didn't belong in those very settings, in those very social, collective, activist settings where you were eyed, you felt with suspicion because of your embrace, your adherence to individual development and goals that may not have been within, and mistakenly within, the purview of the collective, of the team, of the group or organization, who didn't value your individual talents and growth, their support of that to meeting overall shared values that would, in fact, as you're now experiencing and understanding, lift up the value, the offerings, the service of the entire group. This is also about the joy that you have limited for yourself because of the need to choose, to be forced to have to choose and to be disregarded, to be written off as choosing personal egoic goals over the values of the struggle, the community, the collective. At this time, you're understanding your assumptions and the shared assumptions of others through this development, this reconnection with who you are, this understanding of your limitless potential in both regards. And in the past, it may have been posed to you and you may have believed it was a choice. I don't think you ever believed it was a choice, because I think you've had long experience understanding that this was information that may have been veiled to people in general, but that you knew you had experience with, even if it was through your ancestors or through other lives, through your own life experiences. And your ability to hold on to that conviction, that commitment, and release this old idea that one chooses oneself or the group. It's kind of the old capitalist dilemma. Individual progress, recognition, or the good of the group is, you understand, a false dichotomy in your ideal world, and you believe in the community that you wish to be a part of. This ability to detach yourself from your passions, and as part of seeing that, maintaining your commitment to that against tremendous odds, tremendous efforts, and approaches to this ideal is now being cleared away. This old way of working and understanding that you are being backed into choosing one or the other is making way for this new experience of your whole being, your whole experience as being a contribution to not only your authentic expression, but also to the good of the group, to the group. In the future, the Three of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. The Three of Wands is really about the courage, the knowledge, and the reconnection with your source, with your authentic expression, with who you are, and all the things you can do to create something new for yourself. And this can be a business, a project. It's not necessarily something you created today, will create tomorrow. It may be something you've already created. It could be as many as 3 years ago within that time span, but you're still understanding that this is new. The experience of committing to your skills, your talents is still netting you new experiences of growth as you pursue this. This is not only opening up your heart to your imagination, to your creativity at a profound level. It's reconnecting you with the many experiences you've had in this regard, on this fated path of purpose for yourself, but it's also connecting you with your mastery of the material world. And this abundance is absolutely on your own terms. This is not about having enough or a little. Instead, you're realizing that you are masterful at transforming the things you have into the things you want and building your abundance as a result of that. You're also, as an individual, as a person pursuing their authentic gifts and making those concrete and available as services to others. You are modeling for others. You are being generous with the way that you've achieved this path. Your path has been unique. It has been arduous for some of you, but you've had to really let go of, for many of you, a lifetime of experiences, understanding those in a mistaken way so that you recognize, in fact, that you have everything you need to obtain what you want, including great wealth, and deserving and being worthy of that has been key. I'm going to clarify the Death card in the middle of your present with the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, a repeat and a confirmation. Indeed, this new project, this business that you've started, this new perspective and lifestyle you're pursuing, this greater understanding that's coming in, is the result of your ability to release this old way of thinking, this old way that you've been viewed by others, that you have internalized, in many cases very negatively. This has put you as, in some ways, perhaps as an outsider, as a loner, as a lone wolf, as someone who doesn't fit in, doesn't belong, can't be successful, can never go the distance, doesn't know what success for themselves looks like. Releasing all that. And even if that is the way you have received, and you quite possibly know that it has, particularly for those of you that have been around for a minute, you've had this experience reflected back to you over and over again. Overqualified. Your level of skill, your expectation is greater than what we can offer you. That's an example. You're really reassessing your life path on the terms of the sense of ownership of your unlimited potential, recognizing that if others don't recognize that you can recognize it for yourself and build on that. And that is what's opening the door at this place, not only to your whole self, your desires, a renewal of your desires perhaps that you often felt you were not entitled